Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video was not planned, but I believe that someone needs to hear this because this is something that God ministered to me recently. If you follow me on Facebook, I asked a question about rest, and I asked you guys I gave you a Bible verse and I was asking you how you understand the word rest. I wasn't feeling so well and I decided to go and rest. And what happened after I woke up from my rest was I felt energized. All of a sudden, I just felt different. And while I was thinking about it, I believe it's the Holy Spirit that ministered to me and told me I should rest in God. And when I got that, I should rest in God, I began to meditate on the word rest because I believe that it was God that actually dropped that in my spirit. So when I began to meditate on the word rest, I was thinking about the fact that I went to rest. And one of the things that came to mind was, listen, you weren't feeling so well. When you went to rest, you were not thinking about how you were feeling. You were not thinking about whether or not you were going to feel better or anything like that. You just went to rest and forgot about how you were feeling. When you are sleeping, you are not thinking. When you are sleeping, it feels as though everything is off. It feels as though you don't have problems. It feels as though you don't have issues. So your mind is at rest. As I said, this video is not planned. I just believe that whatever God is teaching me in this season, someone else needs to hear this as well. So what does it mean to rest in God? Resting in God means that you stop thinking about whatever it is that is bothering you. And one of the verses that came to mind was, cast your cares upon God. Cast your cares upon Him. Just cast everything upon Him. You know, when you leave something, you leave it. You don't leave it and carry it at the same time. I don't know if you understand. So if you really decide that you want to rest in God, you need to move from decision to action, because that is where the whole transformation actually happens. Thinking about sleeping and sleeping are two different things. I could be sitting down thinking about sleeping, about the fact that I needed to rest. But resting is the action, and that is where everything actually happens. So sometimes when you're in a difficult situation or when you have an unanswered prayer, you actually think about resting. You think about casting your care on God. But how about if you just moved to action and literally just cast whatever it is that is bothering you on God and forget about it? Just let God handle it. You can't say to have left it for God to handle it and still try to figure out how to handle it by yourself. So this is for someone who has been thinking, who has been bothered, who has been bothering herself about something. I don't know what it is, but I want to encourage you to move to action. Just leave it at the Lord's feet. One of the verses that also came to mind is where He says, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Because after resting, my strength was renewed. There was some energy that came from I don't know where. Honestly, I felt totally different from before I actually went to take that rest. So one of the ways to actually rest in God is to spend time in the place of prayer. And if you are going to be honest, let me ask you, have you been praying? I feel like one of the ways that the devil is able to get us these days is to distract us from praying. Truth or truth? Let me know, have you been praying? But a lot actually happens in the place of prayer. Even Jesus, before He went to the cross, the Bible tells us that He spent time to pray. He literally went to spend time in prayer too. I believe it was just to gain strength for the journey ahead. You don't try to rest using your own strength. I'm talking about resting in God. You don't try to do that using your own strength because it will be counterintuitive. You rest in God by asking Him for strength and literally by just depending on His grace. Because even when you read that verse that talks about they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, it's when you wait on God, you are not trying to use your own strength anymore. You are literally going to Him for Him to give you strength. So I'm saying this because resting in God can actually feel very hard when you try to use your own strength. But that's actually the essence of that's the essence of rest, actually. It's for you not to use your own strength. So I want to encourage you to spend time in the place of prayer and just free your heart. Tell God everything that you want to tell Him. When Jesus prayed before He went to the cross, He said, if it were possible, I wish this cup would be taken away from me. That was Him being realistic. That was Him saying this thing is hard. And Jesus showed us the example. It's okay for you to be vulnerable with God in the place of prayer. So be vulnerable with Him. Tell Him how you feel. Tell Him, God, this is hard. I've been struggling trying to use my own strength, but this is why I'm coming to you. I want you to just take over. Just take over. Take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Take over. And I'm laying everything at your feet. I am giving everything to you. And I also want to say that this should be a continuous thing. This should be a daily thing. Every single day, go to the Lord in prayer and lay everything at His feet. Like every single day, go to the Lord and just leave everything to Him so that you can have the peace of God that passes all understanding. This is what I wanted to share about rest. Let me know if this speaks to you in the comment section, and let me know if you have anything to share about resting in God, about how to do it, and maybe just leave a word of encouragement for someone in the comment section as well, because it's not easy to go through the wilderness process. It's not easy to go through a phase where you feel as though God has abandoned you. But then again, I believe that you come out of that place stronger. But if only you learn to rely on Him, you learn to depend on Him, you learn not to trust in your own strength and literally just rest. Okay? Stop trying to figure it out on your own. Stop trying to find a solution when you know you've tried so hard and it didn't work. Now just let God take the wheel and trust that He will do what only He can do. You can't do it anyway, so don't stress yourself. Thank you so much for watching. This was really unplanned, so I didn't even want to do any serious setup or anything, or I've been working, and I just decided to share this, and I hope to upload it on the channel, and I hope that it blesses you. Do not forget to share this with someone as well. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.